Yay! Hello, peasantry and worker underclass. It is I, YouTube Survey 2024, but for some reason I'm marked to this 2023. I'm a little off on my time traveling in the years, as the kids say. Duh. And I do not know why. I'm just going to throw this out at you. I do not know why they always decide, hey, you know what we ought to do? Just like, no, what do you think? Out of curiosity, you should do, YouTube. And they're like, hey, man, we should let Slappy do a survey. And it's like, come on, bro. All right, so what we're going to do is let's take the survey together. I like this. Now I'll get to certain parts of it because I get it. I don't know if it's YouTube that's doing this, Google that's doing this, a separate. Okay, this is hosted by a PR firm. Anyway, I don't care. I find it amusing that I've been doing these for years, and I enjoy the absolute shit out of doing surveys because there has got to be someone on the back end that reads these. You would think, you would hope, right? Somebody goes, let's see what this one. Oh, what? And you're like, yes, I made your day better. You just went through 5 billion surveys and you finally got to mine. Now, I'll just do it now. I was going to do it later. Every survey I take, if I'm given an option for a box to fill out with words, right, typing the words, I always try to put in a channel, not necessarily always by name, okay, meaning a reference at least in a survey of people I like, okay. It's just a thing, okay. It's just a thing I do that makes these fun for me. Because let me be really clear, YouTube has not bothered me for the whole 15 years, 13 on this channel, has not bothered me and has left me alone because I'm not monetized. None of that. We'll get into some of it anyway. So here you go. It's please don't put your personal information in, and you're like, okay. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied? Now let me point out they're asking me. There's a reason they ain't asking you fucking pedantic wannabes that are beneath me that I step on with my boot. Get out. There's a reason they're not asking. I don't know. They probably ask everyone. Point is, so there's no reason for you to get in my fucking comment section and do, I'd give them a piece of my mind. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit what you think I should have said on this survey. This is my survey, sir, mine, or ma'am. All right, this is mine, not yours. You go get your own damn survey. I just like doing the surveys. And I 100,000 years ago, when they said, "Oh, by the way, you gotta tie your channel to your real world individual resident inhabitant person," you're like, or I was like, I think we're going to bypass on that. So that's why I like these surveys even better. I am not one of these shithead kid quote content creators unquote, right, crying, oh, my monetization. Yeah, fuck all that. I'm not monetized, never have been, so I'm alright with it. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with YouTube as a place for video creators today? I'm very satisfied. I am. Whether you are, ain't my problem, because we're gonna explain. Optional. Why are you very satisfied with YouTube as a place for video creators today? Now, this is me. I try to always say this because this is the truth. I'm from really old YouTube, or first version YouTube, or second version YouTube. I'm not sure. Everybody else that is constantly out here complaining didn't exist then. The way that they do shit, the way that they think they're a brand and they think they're a content creator, that's all new shit nobody I know is interested in, right? We did YouTube for fun and education. I did it for education, but it also turned into fun. Others did it just to do it. All right. It made a great friend simulator for a lot of people back in the day. All right. Why are you very satisfied with YouTube as a place for video creators today? Now, I can't speak to other video creators. The only reason most of these people do this shit's for money. Or they think they've got charisma, or they think they can sell, or they can blah, blah, blah. All right. I don't do it for any of those reasons. I do it nowadays more for a laugh, but less for, well, education as well. But anyway, as usual on every survey, I point out, at least I can go to YouTube and make a video. That's correct. I can. Anybody can, literally. That's right. In the old days, anybody did. Well, not everybody did, but you could. That's the point. You had the opportunity. It is content creators constantly complaining about monetization that cannot differentiate YT allowing us the ability to make videos, and they're griping about commercialization. They can't divorce the two. To them, YouTube is a weird retail store. To us, older people, me, Gaz, etc., this is where you went to fuck around, to be like, hey man, look what I'm doing, or da 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 da. It was not about an audience per se. Especially if you go ask Gaz, he was like, oh shit, I've got an audience. I did not know these people existed. Anyway, but he didn't do it for the audience originally. Anyway, YT has only ever stated to me, I mean, in basic form of existence, feel free to come make videos. And I did, and I do. So thanks, YouTube. That's basically it. Not once did YT said, did I ever go to YouTube and say, oh, they promised me money and an audience? No, nope. I've always said this. They provide the land, I dig the well. Now, they shouldn't have no say in my well digging. But, you know, it is their land. All right, so they do got some legitimate complaints, I'm sure, you know, but you get the point. So, moving on. Rate how satisfied or dissatisfied you are with the following aspects of YouTube. Now, these are always weird because it's always commercialization based PR stuff. It's never aimed at me or one of the old timers. This is not aimed at us, which is why I do the surveys. It's like, because to them, I'm sure the PR people are like, there are people on YouTube that do this and they do not do it for money, and they don't do it for an audience. They don't do it to get on the Joe Rogan. But no, there are people that don't want nothing to do with any of that shit that you're talking about, that have fun out here and educate. Okay, so the opportunity to make money as a creator, for me, not applicable. Obviously, these are limited surveys, and I get it because this fucking survey would be 3 hours long if I did it a different way. If they did it the way, you know, you would, like one-on-one, you know. Anyway, so it's not applicable, but you can't tell me the opportunity to make money is there. Okay, it is there. All right. We'll get into shadow banning and stuff later. So anyway, YouTube support and educational resources. I am neither satisfied nor dissatisfied because I don't have anything to do with any of that. I don't think I ever have. All right, ever. So I have no idea if it's good or bad or what. It exists, so that's pretty good. YouTube's policies. I'm neither satisfied nor dissatisfied because people don't bother me. I don't bother people, with the exception of like frauditors and this weird shit that are obviously doing, you know, they are intending to go do shit that the FBI and others are like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. All right. But for me, they don't bother me. The policies are pretty clear. All right, YouTube's tools to manage your content, very satisfied. I'll get into why I'm satisfied because most of it I don't use. YouTube's communication to you as a creator. I'm very satisfied because remember when there was no communication? You just woke up one day and your channel was gone. There's none. There's no real anything. Okay. The ability to reach an audience. I'm very satisfied. This is a weird one because I don't know if I should have picked not applicable. Because it's not applicable to me to chase audiences. I did fuck around with the Ron Paul stuff years and years and years ago, and that was intentional because the others of us had discussed, hey, this is bullshit. This is not educational what these people are doing, Anyway, you have the ability to reach an audience on YouTube, so I said very satisfied because that would mean y'all have the ability to reach an audience. All right? That's all there is to it. You have the ability. They didn't promise you an audience. That's all on you. Now, rate how important each of the following aspects are to your overall satisfaction with YouTube. The ability to reach an audience, to me, is not important. Okay? I'm not monetized. YouTube's communication to you as a creator. I said moderately important because I'm not monetized. They never want to talk to me about anything, and they don't care, and they don't know I exist. All right? So, them communicating to me outside saying what the Secret Service is going to kick in your door or the Russians are threatening to fucking nuke your house or something, it's not really important to me. I mean, it's important as far as, oh, by the way, we're just taking your channel away. And you'd be like, well, at least I got the email. So it's moderately important. You know what I mean? I guess if I was a commercial brand, it would be extremely important. Okay. YouTube's tools to manage your content. I said very important. I don't use any of it except to check the comments because there are times comments don't show up for weeks that y'all put in. Okay? It will not show me. And then I go back a couple days after or I have this all the time. I go check like daily once a day to go see, okay, are there any comments? All right, it's not showing me any new comments. And then I move on. Some of y'all come around and be like, I put a fucking comment down there. Why are you being an ass and not answering? And it's like, I am like the rest of y'all. If it doesn't show me, I don't know it's there. All right? Okay. Anyway, all of my stuff is set to approve only by me. All the comments got to be approved by me. That's from the old days. Otherwise, you'd have just a bunch of fucking bots in here pestering y'all. And we're not into that, are we? No. So, there you go. That's why I do it that way. But I can't do anything if the comments just don't show up. Don't ask me why the comments don't show up. I don't know. Okay? So I guess YouTube's communication to me as a creator should go down one to slightly important or very important in that case, depending on how you land on that side of the fence there. Anyway, what was it? YouTube supporting educational resources. It's moderately important to everyone generally, but I don't use none of it. So there you go. YouTube's policies, community guidelines, advertiser-friendly guidelines, copyright agent, all that stuff. Now, it's how important is all of this to me overall? I would say their guidelines are very important overall, The following questions relate to YouTube's support and educational resources. How easy or difficult is it to find a solution through YouTube's resources when you have an issue or a question? I've never tried. I have no fucking idea. I do not remember ever attempting to ask YouTube anything. The only time was on copyright strikes. The only time. When I caught them. And you're like, well, wait a minute. How, I'm catching this. Well, how the fuck did this not catch? But that was that was years and years ago. I haven't had to go through that in a long time. You know what I mean? So anyway, uh, someone figured out echo chambers on that one, and I'm like, huh, interesting. Okay, that's one way of getting around that. But whatever, I'm not going to go into that. Uh, I don't know if it's easy or not to find a solution. And I don't know exactly what solution you're looking for. Like, how do I put up a video? How do I edit a video? How do I complain to YouTube? Right? Or how do I make my audience bigger? I don't know. I'm not Taylor Swift and Bilbo eyelashes. Bilbus eyelashes. I'm not these people. All right? You're asking the wrong people. I can tell you how I would promote those people, or how I would deal with those people if they had complaints. Okay, example. One time, 100,000 years ago, I used 1979, the song 1979 by Billy Corgan, and it immediately did the copyright. And I was like, okay, I'm all right with that. I just replaced it, no big deal. Along comes Billy, Mr. Corgan, and one day, it's been a long while back, and he says, hey, I don't want my shit being used in these people's videos. And I was like, okay, it's his stuff. I ain't going to complain. ICP, first fucking thing Shaggy and Violent J say is, no, fuck it, use our shit. And you're like, well, guess who's one of my favorite bands now? So there you go. Not really something I need to reach out to YT over. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm all right with it. You know what I mean? Mr. Billy it's his stuff. He don't want me to use that, even though I'm non-monetized. I get it. They don't want their shit attached to me. I got no problem with that. All right? That's just life. All right? But anyway, there are others that appear to have no problem as long as I do it respectfully. Okay? Or at least severely, ironically, sarcastically, however I use it correctly. You know what I mean? Anyway, which of the following YouTube creator support systems have you used or reached out to in the last 6 months? None of the above. I don't think I have ever in any of those. Literally in all 15 years. Optional. What could YouTube do to improve YouTube support or help? Now, this is where I really shine. Some of y'all would disagree with me on this, but I'm not going to disagree with myself on this. This is where I really shine on the surveys. Now, and I was being really harsh, but this is the reality. I would imagine the most common complaint by commercialized users is lack of individual support, meaning YT doesn't immediately have a staff of 5 humans to answer pressing questions like, why is my microwave blinking? Or where is my monetization? Now, let's think about the question. How would you improve YouTube support and help? Well, there's only one or two ways. Add more humans or add more robots. One of the two. Meaning automated systems. What do you call improvement? Well, humans cost money. Automation really doesn't, and it's cost effective. So So what are you saying? Are you saying, should I add more buttons to this panel for you to push? And you're like, well, it depends. That's not the actual question you're asking me, YouTube. You're asking me, how do I get these fuckers off my back? Right? And you're like, add more buttons to the panel. Right? Just let them push like a monkey, right? You just go a big old giant fucking panel. It's like in the movie Airplane when what's his name gets in the cockpit and he looks at the whole dash, right? And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going, right? The flight control panel. All right, do that with your YouTube support and help. It'll fix all your fucking problems because people become so lost in it that it's like, see you later. How'd that turn out? And they'll be like, I think I got help. I don't know. Classic GNDN, goes nowhere, does nothing, but you don't know that. It is literally government. All government is this box here. GNDN. You just create a super overly complex Rube Goldberg machine, and then you bust it down with a Zeno's Achilles paradox. And so you're getting less and less and less and less and less accomplished while thinking you've got more and more and more and more and more accomplished. Okay. I always love this one. The Margie Thatcher theory of triplicates. Okay. Oh, well, we're doubling on. No. Dublin's not good enough on the paperwork. We have to triplicate it. And you're like, yep, done. Done. Fixed it all. Right. Okay. So, uh, improvement would be actual human interaction. I guess I am non monetized, so I don't really have a clue on now you're getting into like somewhere. How do you run a society? And it's like, well, good luck. Let me ask you, how do you think the East India Company used to handle their customer support? You shot the customers. You enslaved the customers. So I don't know exactly what you're asking me here. All right, moving on. The following questions relate to YouTube's policies. And to be fair, I'm doing this survey and I'm doing it here in video form so YouTube can see or not that YouTube would ever, but so someone can see me answer these questions correct in expansive form. You're asking me fucking idiot questions, not YouTube, and not the company that makes the surveys. But you're doing these surveys, and the surveys you're leading people to a conclusion. You are not asking me what the fuck I think. Okay, two different things. All right. So here is what I actually fucking think. Okay, and to be fair, that's fair to YouTube, isn't it? Yes. All right. So they're like, well, you do videos and you're an ass, Captain Slabby. Least you could do is like expand on it. It's like, well, I could do that. Anyway, here's YouTube policies. How fairly or unfairly does YouTube apply its policies? I had to say neither fairly nor unfairly because I don't know. I am not everyone on YouTube. I have no fucking clue how they apply those. I don't. So I did not go not applicable. I'm not even sure why the fuck not applicable is on there. Unless not applicable was the big brain answer, right? The big smooth brain answer would be, well, it doesn't apply to me. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Wait, well, what are they asking me how it works or how it should work? And you're like, well, no, they're not asking me. Well, they're asking me how it should work because it's like that's a kind of a fucking general question with a lot of answers. But whatever, moving on. How easy or difficult is it to understand YouTube's policies? Super easy. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, right? Super fucking easy. Some people can get away with it, some people can't. All right, that's called differentiation, and that is just YouTube's internal company policies. That's the law within YouTube. I ain't going to gripe about it. If I don't like it, I'll leave. If they don't like it, they'll make me leave. Okay? Super simple system. So they can add rules, take away rules, add extra rules, have rules that point to rules that point to other rules. They do whatever the fuck they want. At the end of the day, it's super easy to understand. This is YouTube in the box. I am not YouTube. All right? I'm just walking through the strip mall. You know what I mean? They want my ass gone, they're going to get my ass gone. It doesn't matter. It's extremely easy to understand. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the options to resolve issues with policies and guidelines? This is weird. What do you call policy and guideline issues? I'll tell you something that YouTube started doing that made my life a lot fucking easier. When it pops up stuff like this is a copyright deal or that's okay, got it. We'll just dump it and move on. Right? Super simple. Thanks, AI. All right, that's the proper use of AI. It's supposed to be helpful. It's not to take over my shit. Though an AI, let's be honest, an AI could do my videos better than I could. I currently have watched possibly the greatest AI chat GPT ever made video over bicycle sprockets, ratchet and pawl systems. It's fucking great. The verbiage is so wrong. The syntax is all wrong. Everything is wrong with it. It's fucking great. The language is wrong. It's all wrong. It's obviously built by someone that doesn't understand English, and it probably was an AI, and it's the greatest thing ever. All right, so I had to go with somewhat satisfied because technically I've never tried to resolve issues outside of copyright. That's it. I don't think I've ever tried to resolve issues. All right, so I'm sure there's going to be a time that I did and I don't remember. So I'm assuming there are enough options to resolve issues. Now, if you mean reporting other channels and reporting videos, your options are a little weird, overly complicated, but I understand that. That's to keep at least some of it from automated systems abusing that, which I get. Okay, so it's back to GND and Margie Thatcher type of stuff. Moving on. How satisfied are you with YouTube's policy tools? Appeals, disputes, pre-checks, video editing tool support. I'm going to just go neither satisfied nor dissatisfied because it's adding everything in together and not letting you go through each single tool, right? I don't know on appeals. It's been years, so I don't know what it's like now. Disputes, don't know. I don't even dispute. Well, once in a while it gives you the little box, and I'm like, I'll put in some bullshit I'm going to just pull out of my ass and make work with legal. It doesn't work, and I laugh because I don't blame YouTube. Plus, it never goes to a human anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pre-checks, I do like because that saves a lot of effort. Video editing support policy. Okay. I'm just going to go with neither satisfied nor dissatisfied because don't use the stuff enough to no. If I was a big time YouTuber, content creator, maybe I would have a different opinion. I don't know. How helpful is YouTube when you have questions about YouTube's policies? I have never had questions about YouTube's policies, to my knowledge. They say, step 1, do not put diesel in the gasoline engine. And then I go, I'll bet you that they're telling me not to put diesel in that gasoline engine. Okay, what's step 2? I think we're pretty much done with that, you know what I mean? As the way I see it, you know. How likely or unlikely is a policy mistake to be corrected if you dispute or appeal it? I said neither likely nor unlikely. I don't know. I have went to specific channels and I said, listen, this is obviously against the law. Then I leave it up to YouTube. I don't go bother them about it. YouTube will decide. Okay? And if YouTube decides incorrectly, law enforcement will decide, and then lawsuits will decide. Okay? That's how that works. So, what do you call a policy mistake in this? Are you the victim or the perpetrator? The plaintiff or the defendant? Right? Because it's kind of weird on this. I get generally what they mean. I understand that. I'm overcomplicating a simple issue. But am I? No. How likely or unlikely is a policy mistake to be corrected if you dispute or appeal it? I don't know. I have no idea. So I didn't pick not applicable because this does apply to everyone on YouTube from what I understand. So I don't know how not applicable would work. So I just put neither likely nor unlikely. How confident are you that you can avoid policy issues on your content? Very confident, I said. I did not have the balls or the backbone to go extremely confident. I did not have the confidence enough to do extremely confident. I'm going to leave that one alone. Moving on, optional. What could you do to improve your experience with YouTube's policies? Well, this is the only thing I could think of. When they ask you fucking questions like this, you're like, what are they expecting me to say? Or, I'm not a 15-year-old kid. I'm not Lee Iacocca, right? Running GMC or someone. What the fuck do they expect me to say? And I'm like, well, I'm just going to tell them what I think, all right? There's a difference. They're leading me to want to say one thing, and it's like, no. Let me put it like this. You're asking me what could YouTube do to improve my experience with YouTube's policies? Okay, that would be weird, and that would be creating an echo chamber where there was an AI dedicated just to my shithead channel needs, which is an idea within echo chambering, as I have said with Descartes, have I not? Interesting. Interesting when you think about how these things are going. You're like, ah, Slappy was right. Yeah. Yeah, I was right, wasn't I? It wasn't Operation In-N-Out Burger. It was PBR Street Gang Almighty, third or fourth version, uh, with Mr. McAfee, if y'all will remember. That is this basically fractal field networking. Anyway, YT could only build a giant underground AI in a New York City subway station run on steam via coal power shoveled in by gnomes that patiently waits for people to upload and prompts them, I know you shouldn't do this video. I know you know it. It's a bad idea. You dig? Just don't do it. But you will. That's the only way that you could fix, that you could improve my experience with the specific policy stuff. An AI that just wags its finger at you. No, no, no. No, no, no. You know not to do this, but you're going to fucking do it anyway. So that's the best I can do for you on that one, YouTube. The following questions relate to your ability to reach an audience on YouTube. How easy or difficult is it for viewers to find your videos on YouTube? It's neither easy nor difficult. I am not a promoted channel and I'm non-monetized. I do not expect viewers to find my stuff. I don't. I expect someone to look for a very specific thing and end up here. I expect for someone that knows one of y'all to show up here. Not accidentally. I mean, like you said, hey, here's, you want to know about corporations, let's go look at this. All right? And you'll show up. And sometimes I just do break videos or mechanicking videos just to do those, just to do them, to get a laugh, or maybe helps one of y'all out. So I'm assuming if I wanted to make it bigger, it would be extremely easy. And if I did not give a damn, it'd be extremely difficult. So right now, it's neither easy nor difficult. I really don't care. And some will say, well, more should. And it's like, listen, that's up to YouTube, not me. I am my own worst PR nightmare. So I don't blame YouTube on any of that. How fair or unfair are YouTube's recommendation systems? I don't know how fair or unfair that is. That is fucking wacky. That's a wacky question. All right. So I said neither fair or unfair, and it's obviously they're asking me what I think about it. I know it recommends, and there you go. I can't say what it is. I have no idea. That would be for YouTube to tell me, well, no, we promote some people, and then other people we obviously do not promote, and then if you send me a lot of money, I will promote the shit out of you, but if you don't, you get in another tier upper. To me, that's neither fair nor unfair. That's just business. Anyway, I can see how it's considered unfair, and I can see how it's considered fair. I'm just not going to get into it because it doesn't impact me, because I don't care. Overall, if it never recommends me to anyone, I don't care. All right. Now, I can get it if you were a commercialized channel. So, moving on. How difficult does competition from other channels make it to build an audience on YouTube? Some of y'all will love that fucking question, like Gaz and others. All right. I have no competition. We can safely say and truthfully say and factually say I'm the only fucking YouTube channel out here that does my YouTube stuff. All right. My shit, United States stuff, my stuff. All right. So I don't have competition. I do not have competition from Andrew Bustamante of the CIA. Not even in the same weight class. That I'm not saying I'm better and he's worse. I'm saying we're not in the same weight class. Okay, we're not. We're not doing that. We're in two different things. The same would be true for, I don't know, pick someone. Rogan, it doesn't matter. They're not in my fucking weight class. Okay, they're not. They're in their own shit. They're the media shit. Not my weight class. All right. So it's not difficult at all for me. I have no competition. Okay. Now I could see it if I was like, well, I want to be like Russell Brand or someone. Now, yeah, no, that's not competition either. That's just nepotism and money being throwed. There's a difference. All right. Though technically that is competition, isn't it? Rate your agreement or disagreement. Recommendations on YouTube focus on helping viewers find videos they're most likely to watch. I neither agree or disagree. I don't know how that's set up, so I don't know if it actually helps or retards or whatever. I don't know. I don't. They're attempting to ask a bullshit simple question. I'm going to go back to this. A bullshit simple question moving you in one direction. You're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You're not going to get me. No. So I'm not going to go for that one. I'm just saying I neither agree nor disagree. All right. Rate your agreement or disagreement. YouTube is the best place to build an audience. I do strongly agree. Let me qualify this. YouTube is the best place to build an audience for YouTube. That is absolutely fair, and I strongly agree. When I go to YouTube, there are YouTube people on YouTube. Right? Right. What is it? Instagram. I have an Instagram account. When I go to Instagram, it's the best Instagram account. In neither of them am I monetized. So when you are telling me, is this the best place to build a paying audience? I don't know. You have to go ask Vince Russo. You have to go ask Jim Cornette. You have to go ask someone that makes money. I don't know. I don't know if Rumble's better. I don't know on that. I'm not out here to build an audience. Okay, so it's, again, a weird question from my point of view as a non-monetized, non-give-a-shit channel. All right. Optional. What could YouTube do to improve your ability to reach an audience on YouTube? This I love. These are the open questions I love, and I'm going to apologize to whoever the hell has to sit and read these. But I'm not actually going to apologize. Well, I'm going to apologize. A, you took that job, so you knew you were going to get weird shit like complaints and all this weird stuff. B, you can't tell me I'm not good at surveys. You know you like reading my surveys. All right? So let's stick right there, okay? So I said YT could fund my moon base expedition where I become Emperor of Moon. At that point, I will become so popular, it's a guaranteed audience on YT, which is true, okay? Which is dead true. Outside that, in the real world, it's up to YT's PR teams to pick safe promotions to, mind blower, promote. So, what could YT personally do to improve my ability to reach an audience on YouTube if I was media, if I was PR savvy, if I was monetized? Well, it's easy. You have a little button, a hidden button feature, like one of the menus at Wendy's, right? Where you go, oh, I'm going to break into the hidden menu, and I push the button where it says send YouTube money to promote. Literally, that is, if I was a person that wanted promotion, wouldn't that be the way you'd want to do it? Okay, that's all there is to it, kids. Other than that, it would have to be YouTube. You would have to carry me in your big machine, Caterpillar D12. You'd have to carry me in the blade, bucket. We'd have to put a bucket on you if you're a D12. Anyway. And I would have to get in the bucket and you'd have to drive me around and I'd have to wave at everybody. Hi, YouTube loves me and they're promoting me. That's it. What the fuck do you think I could do? outside running around forcing promotions like these other hacks and frauds and all this other shit. Anyway, I don't know. This is just a weird question to me. Maybe you could claim it's too generalized. Okay, maybe. All right, moving on. The following questions relate to YouTube's tools for publishing, monitoring, and managing your content. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with YouTube's tools for managing your content? I am somewhat satisfied. Because again, they're just clamping all this shit together, and you're like, you're not telling me specific tools. Okay, in this case, I'm going to go somewhat satisfied. Super simple. I could have went neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, but I'm somewhat satisfied. How well do you understand your content's performance? A lot of y'all, oh, fucking shadow banning. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe it's possible you're just a charisma void that's a skillless fuck that needs to get off YouTube because you suck. That's a hard lesson to learn in life, isn't it? Maybe you're just not any fucking good at it, is why you underperform. Okay? Or, yes, there is, I'm sure, a variety of other reasons not due to you that you underperform. Now, how well do I, that's not what they are asking. They're asking, how well do I understand my content's performance? I understand it extremely fucking well. Nobody watches my well, you get the point. Nobody sane watches my shit. All right, there's a reason I built it like that. So I would not have people just flooding over my shit. All right? So we're good. I am extremely well versed in my content's performance. I understand why it doesn't do bigger. Okay. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with YouTube's tools for managing your community? I went with very satisfied. I should have said somewhat dissatisfied. I messed up on this one because I had forgot about the comment thing where y'all will comment and it won't show for a long time to me. Okay? And then there are times it will show. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm satisfied that at least you guys can comment. That's it. I am satisfied with that. You have the ability to comment. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean I always see them. All right, so I guess I'm going to go into both very satisfied and very dissatisfied at the same time. How often does the information provided by YouTube Studio influence decisions you make to grow your channel? Never. None of my YouTube Studio stuff has any effect on when I upload, how I upload, why I upload, or what I upload. None of that. It does not influence that. If I was a monetized PR nightmare, then yes. If I was a, quote, content creator, unquote, that would actually influence me, I guess. How easy or difficult is it to use YouTube Studio? I said somewhat easy because, man, does it load slow for me sometimes. And other than that, it's not actually difficult. It's just kind of weird. It took me a long time to get used to this version. There's like 4 versions in, right? Anyway, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with YouTube's tools for getting content onto YouTube? Uploading a video, going live. What the fuck is changing metadata? Are those your tags? I used to try that 100 years ago. Anyway, going live. I don't think I've done that in a long time. So I don't. Well, the going live thing is just, to be fair, what is it? When you're under so many thousands, you have to use the OSBS or OBS or whatever, one of the studios that you do the link and it's just overly complicated and I ain't gonna fuck with it, right? Because that's not why y'all are here. You're not here to do, what is it, one-on-one chats, no, we're not doing that, and there's no money involved. So me doing it just to screw around is one thing. Me doing it the way these other people do it, no. And it's I will say this, it is atrocious. YouTube's design for, what is it, under 1,000 subs is atrocious. To be fair, they're setting up the roadblocks. Kind of slow all that shit down on purpose. Not going to knock them if that's their whole point of doing that. Uh, I am absolutely fine with how uploading a video works and everything nowadays. My God, did it used to be slow in the old days? Take you 12 hours to get a video up. Optional. What could YouTube do to improve YouTube's tools? Why are you asking me this one? I am not the guy to be asking this. But I said I'm going to be honest. I honestly have no clue outside stating a faster, cleaner, easier GUI. That's it. Oh, an improvement to your system isn't adding more tools that you don't really need, that fractalize further into shit you don't really need, that fractalizes further into shit you don't need. Zeno's Achilles paradox with the Mobius strip, okay? And you start going, what the fuck? Now, that's genius on YouTube's end. On your end, you're like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I just spent 4 hours and I have no idea what the fuck happened. What was accomplished? All I'm doing is putting a video up. All I want is a button that says upload, and then I pick a video and it uploads. That's it. I've got it, and I can add words to that video underneath the title. I can make a title, and I gotta make a description. We're done. I'm good. I don't need all this other shit. Other people need the bells, the whistles. And if I was running a panopticon, that's exactly what the fuck I would give Margie Thatcher. Alright, so YT is handling way more tasks now than when I started 15 years ago. And quite frankly, I miss the dead-on simplicity, which I do. Which I know others of you that have been on for a long time, I miss the old simplicity of it. Click, watch, whatever. Now, here's honesty. I realize it cannot stay that way as more options are added, more illusory options are added. Whatever. I'm leaving that alone, okay? The following questions relate to the opportunity to make money on YouTube. I don't know if that's fair. The fairness part, but it says, how easy or difficult is it to understand how to make money on YouTube? For me, it's not applicable. For my understanding of YouTube, it's neither easy nor difficult. It's like they're doing a kayfabe thing. I'd have to go ask Renee Dupree or one of these fucking people. It's like YouTube asking me, hey, I know that you know how this works, but what do you think you ought to say? And you're like, well, I can't say what I really fucking think. What I really think is money changes hands, and yeah, it's really difficult to understand the real business. Isn't that right? It's really easy to understand what they put on the front page that says this is how the business works. Correct? So on this, for me, I'm like, well, I'm not monetized, so it's not applicable. I don't know if you would call it, if you're not in the know, it's extremely difficult and extremely easy to make money. To make a lot of money and all this other shit, if you're in the know, it's extremely easy and extremely difficult at the same fucking. It's a weird question. To me, it's a weird question. I get it if someone else was going, this is my bottom basement complaint. Okay, to what extent do you support yourself financially through your activity on YouTube? Not at all. I do not and have never made money on my activity in YouTube. Secondly, what was his name? Sent me the $1 that one time that it would not let me accept. I could not get that $1. I tried repeatedly over the course of days through Cash App, and I could not get the fucking dollar. So there you go. There's the answer to that. I don't support myself financially. Okay? How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the requirements to become eligible to make money on YouTube? I'm neither satisfied or dissatisfied because that shit changes year to year. I don't know what they consider fair. I don't know what anyone else considers fair. If you ask the guy wanting to make the money, it's unfair. If you ask the guy making the money, it was fair. All right, the requirements are up to you, YouTube. You're asking the wrong guy. Well, not asking the wrong. You're asking me what I think on the requirements, and I'm like, I don't know what's best for YouTube. I don't have access to their internal data or anything about that. Or blah, 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 blah. So to come out with the best choice, I don't know. Okay? Optional. What could YouTube do to improve the opportunity to make money on YouTube? They always do this one, and I love this fucking question. Always. I love this question. I wait. I blithely await these fucking survey questions. This one specifically. And I tell them, this is one of my favorite YT survey questions every time without fail. I always say, what the fuck do you think I'm supposed to say? YouTube or PR company. What do you really think I'm supposed to fucking say? Now, I'm not a dumbass moron and rube, so let's think about what you are asking me and what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to fucking say. Why would you ask me this question? I always say basically the same thing. Just ship me giant sacks of cash with the dollar signs on the sides like in the fucking cartoons. Just send me that. Of course, that would improve my opportunity. YT exponentially improve my non-monetized channels monetization opportunities. It's like this survey doesn't understand that there are other human species that do not fall directly in line with whatever the fuck YouTube is now. So anyway, it's amazing and simple with 2 easy steps. Order now. Right? Order now. Yeah. You're asking me what? And here it is. We're going back. This is a repeat of the other question, which is me saying you would have to drive me around in a dump truck while I'm standing in the back waving at everybody, throwing nickels and quarters on the street while you give me sacks of money and drive me around and say YouTube is great. Watch my shit. I mean, you're asking. You're trying to ask me, well, how would Elvis do this? And you're like, I think I got an idea how he would. Anyway, the following questions relate to communications from YouTube. How easy or difficult is it to find information that is important to you as a YouTube creator? Neither easy nor difficult. It can be found. It just seems like it takes a little bit to get to if you're trying to figure something out. But then again, I don't go look, so I don't really know. How useful are communications from YouTube in helping you make money on the platform? Not at all useful because I don't make money. It would be extremely useful if I did. It would be nice for you to send emails on, hey, you made 20 more cents, I guess. Rate your agreement or disagreement. YouTube celebrates important creator achievements. I have no fucking idea. I never got my silver YouTube thing. I never got my big time one when I got all those other views. I fucking have no idea. And it's a weird question. It's not like, how important do you think it is YouTube should celebrate creator achievements? Right? And you go right back to the Napoleon thing. What are we doing? Just handing out ribbons and shit now? Yeah, they'll go for it. And you're like, I get it, but come on, man. And I get it if it's a kid and he's doing a educational or some other channel, and you're like, yeah, go kid, go. You know what I mean? I get that. You would want that kid or person to be, to get a little shiny thing to put up on the wall because they'll feel special. They're like, man, I accomplished something. I helped somebody understand the Tudors. You know what I mean? I helped somebody understand ancient Rome. Okay, man. I dig that. That is absolutely okay. All right. Now, you're wanting me to agree or disagree that you do this thing? What? I have no idea. See, my dog disagrees with this. A question, not with the answers. I'm neither agreeing nor disagreeing. Okay? I have no idea what y'all do with other channels. I've never gotten anything in the mail. So, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the variety of communication channels that YouTube uses to communicate with you? I'm somewhat satisfied. You've got email. You can do text messages. I'm assuming that's all correct, because we're going to get to this other part. And I was like, you fuckers, you had to ask me and you knew what I was going to say. Or maybe you didn't, but I know what I was going to say. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the timeliness of YouTube's communications? I'm assuming they're fairly timely. They tell me, oh, copyright strike, pretty fucking quick nowadays. So I'm neither satisfied nor dissatisfied. They work. I guess if I was a big time YouTuber, I'd want it to be faster, is what you're saying. So we'll let that go. Now, moving on. How helpful are YouTube's creator educational efforts for you? Courses and workshops. I don't personally know, but I know for a fact that would be extremely helpful to me if I was monetized and did that. That's an if. So this does not apply to me. But it would be extremely helpful. Now, optional. What could YouTube do to improve? This is going to be my favorite one that I've done in a long time. What could YouTube do to improve YouTube's communications to you? I have been recently working with Sycor Industries, the Moscow and NRB branch Severnaya 3 installation, to refine current psychotronics so YT can mentally just send me messages, or at least I can get the messages mentally before YT creates and sends them. It's the criminal and the crime thing. It's like, do you really need the cop to stand there to say, you know you're doing it? No, you know you're doing a crime. You already know what YouTube's going to say. So, in a panopticon deal. In reality, I have no clue how to improve it beyond one-on-one interfacing like fucking Skynet. That's it. That's the only way you can improve that, is if I took a YouTube and stuck it in the side of my head. I don't understand what you're thinking. Are you saying, do you want YouTube to personally call you Steve at YouTube? And if there is a Steve at YouTube, I'm not singling you out. There's going to be a Steve somewhere. So anyway, so that's what you're asking. Well, how do you think YouTube could help you out by telling Steve to talk to you on Thursdays for your mental health and to get you juiced up to make more videos? And say, what the fuck, man? Yeah, I guess that would be better, but that's not what my channel is. So you're asking the wrong person on that one. So, moving on. The following questions relate to the overall YouTube platform. How inclusive is YouTube? And we're back. It's 6 degrees outside, and dog's got to, be a pain in the ass and everything along those lines. At this point, I don't remember where I was. We will quickly, slowly, pick up where we were. All right, so we were pretty much on Skynet, weren't we? Yes. Or no? Does it really matter? Anyway, so we'll skip ahead. But anyway, yes, mind control. All right, very much so, mind control. How inclusive is YouTube for everyone, regardless of the gender? I'm assuming extremely inclusive, because anyone can literally do it, including monkeys and dogs and cats. How likely or unlikely are you to stop creating or create significantly less content on YouTube? Sorry, kids, it's somewhat more likely that I'm going to slow down on content and eventually stop. I've had my fun. It's just the way it is. How likely or unlikely are you to create significantly more content on platforms other than YouTube in the next 6 months? I don't create content on any other platforms. What was that fucking one? Odyssey. The only reason I did Odyssey was because Gaz pointed out it would automatically back up my YouTube videos. So, I'm good with it. So, moving on. My favorite one, or my second favorite one, sorry. What is your primary motivation for creating content on your main YouTube channel today? We understand multiple motivations may play a role. However, select the one that best describes your motivation today. Other, please specify. And this is for Pappy Cheds. I said to control the mind of man worldwide with Cheddar. And then I put in kidding, do it for fun, plus education. So let's move on. That one should be self-explanatory for Pop Cheddar. How do new content formats impact the overall YouTube ecosystem? I'm going to say slightly positively, but I literally have no idea. Why are you asking me how YouTube is doing internally? I have no clue. I'm what? I don't know how it impacts it overall. Let me go ask a wrestling mark how wrestling needs to be done. Let me go ask Jim Cornette how wrestling needs to be done. That's what you're fucking asking me. All right. It's like, no, you're picking the wrong people to go ask. Ask me how I know. Anyway, how likely or unlikely are you to create content using new formats? Extremely unlikely. Okay, well, just not. Someone should have put just no, but I had to put extremely unlikely. Thank you for completing this survey. Your feedback helps us to improve YouTube as a place for creators. Are you certain of that? Has my feedback been valuable? Just by the mere viewing of it, of my survey, has it changed you overall? Have I influenced the minds of man across the planet to create worse content for YouTube or better content for YouTube? I don't know. I will never know. My stuff is probably automatically marked just to go into a, not even a dustbin, it's just digital, so it's just deleted. Delete. Matt Hardy standing on a chair on the kitchen table, delete. That's my stuff going somewhere. He's just delete. There's no reason to have his stuff go anywhere. There is none. It is completely GNDN, Margie Thatcher related. It is not meant to go anywhere. And you're like, damn it, they got me. They did beat me on this one. Damn it. So anyway, I just like doing the surveys because, A, they always ask about how can we help you make more money? And it's like, oh, what a fucking idiot question. I understand if I was a monetized person that was worried about money, right? And the other is anytime I can slide a YouTube channel in there that I like, would this case be Pop Cheddar. So, controlling the minds of man with cheddar minds, cheddary minds, cheese minds. And that is, as they say, all of that. I like doing the surveys. They surprisingly send me way more than this, and I'm like, I guarantee you nobody's reading those. They can't be freaking reading those. One year I did Danhausen. I put Danhausen in there. I was like, yes! And I have no idea if anybody ever read that. I don't know. I was just like sliding in, But anytime you ask me, what do you think about how much money you make and how much more you could make? It'd be like, well, YouTube can just give me money. The fuck? What do you think I'm supposed to say? What are you going to say? Well, I'm going to go rob a bank so I can give money to you. No. YouTube just give me bags of cash. And we're done. Right? Don't even have to make videos now. Just give me bags of cash. How did you think anyone would answer that question? So I'm thinking there are some school kids that answer these questions that you're like, those are great fucking answers. Right. You think, well, how would Donald Trump answer? I am the big list of the YouTube list, and the YouTube list, of course, should pay me money to make YouTube popular. And you're like, yep, I would +1 that comment, because it's just like, that sounds about right. I wonder how many people do that to YouTube. You know who I am? Do you know how big I am on YouTube? And YouTube's like, yeah. Yeah. Do you want to be way smaller? Let me show you what PR assassination is. Let's get into the black ops of media, all right? And it's like, ooh, somebody found out how YouTube really works. Anyway, so point is, I like the surveys. I enjoyed the surveys. I wasn't going to do a video, but the survey popped up, and I said, I always meant to do one survey video, so I'll just go ahead and do one, and hopefully it won't piss YouTube off. It was supposed to be, hey, why are you asking me questions that are not easily definable answers, and you demanding on it? I don't work for you guys, right? I'm not in a high school. How do you think my answers are going to turn out or be when you asked me these questions? I'm going to totally. What I was going to say was, when people ask you questions like these, you're like, no, you're going to sit in the fucking chair and I'm going to talk to you until I get tired of talking. I don't work for you, right? So I'm going to tell you what I think. All right, and then YouTube's just like, well, we're going to ignore the shit anyway. Don't tell him, though. Don't tell him. And you're like, damn, that would almost hurt my feelings. But you suckered me in, damn it. I knew better. They got me. They sucked me into it. Anyway, so there you go. That's it, kids. If you don't get YouTube surveys, you should. And if you do get them, fill them out and have fun with them. Okay? Supposedly, they are anonymous. All right? So my point was, I appreciate that YouTube even does it. That I even get them. Because I have never, ever figured out why the fuck I got them. Why? Why am I getting these surveys? For years. Well, why are you asking me anything? It's weird. It's like someone coming to you and saying, listen, I'm a Kmart, and what I'm needing you to tell me is how I can help you buy more products. And you're like, what the fuck? This is all wrong. Do you want to hire me to explain to you that humans want to buy products? Is that what you're wanting? Well, and it's like, what? Hold on. The whole format's all fucked, and you're not going to get the answers you actually are looking for. All right, you're in some kind of weird Twilight Zone, set off to the side in the GNDN pipes, right? Okay, and I don't think you know that. You are confused about it. I'm not. But the next guy's going to be, and y'all are not actually going to make each other's lives better. All right? You're not. You're going to get it a little screwy. But anyway, that's just how I see it. Whatever. Goodbye, everyone.